Blackwood, the lady of the house, stood distraught. Her prized possession, a diamond necklace passed down through generations, was missing. The police, baffled, called upon a detective of singular reputation. The air hung heavy with the weight of the unseen. The grand hall, usually brimming with warmth, felt cold and desolate. Lady Blackwood, her face etched with worry, clutched a handkerchief, her eyes red-rimmed. The weight of the missing heirloom, a symbol of her family's legacy, pressed down on the room.
Oh, detective, you must help me. That necklace, it means everything to my family.
Enter Detective Alistair Finch, his eyes sharp, his demeanour calm and collected. He surveyed the scene, his mind already piecing together the puzzle. "Tell me, Lady Blackwood," he began, his voice a low rumble. "Everything?" Finch moved with an air of quiet authority. He examined the room, his eyes missing nothing. His gaze lingered on a misplaced vase, a scuff mark on the polished floor, a half-open drawer. Every detail, no matter how insignificant, was noted, analysed, stored away in the recesses of his keen mind. 3 suspects emerged: Mr. Bates, the loyal butler, stoic and tight-lipped; Miss Green, the timid gardener, her hands perpetually stained with soil; and Mrs. Willow, the housekeeper, her gaze filled with concern. Suspicion hung in the air like a shroud, suffocating the grand hall. Each suspect stood apart, their body language betraying their unease. Mr. Bates, usually a pillar of composure, fidgeted with his cuffs. Miss Green, normally drawn to the outdoors, seemed to shrink under the detective's gaze. Mrs. Willow, usually a woman of bustling energy, stood frozen, her face pale.
"I assure you, Detective, I have no knowledge of the missing necklace. I've been faithfully attending to my duties."
We will get to the bottom of this, Lady Blackwood. Rest assured, no stone will be left unturned.
Mr. Bates, his voice a low murmur, claimed to have seen nothing unusual. His routine, he stated, remained unchanged. He had been tending to his duties in the dining room, polishing silverware, oblivious to the events unfolding elsewhere. His words were measured, precise, each syllable carefully enunciated. He spoke of his duties with a practiced ease, his years of service evident in his every gesture. The gleam of the silver seemed to reflect in his eyes, a testament to his dedication to order, to routine.
"I was in the dining room as usual, polishing the silverware. I did not notice anything out of the ordinary. My routine has not changed, Detective."
The butler's tale, though seemingly mundane, added another layer to the intricate web of mystery that had enveloped Blackwood Manor. Section 5, The Gardener's Confession, A Secret Admiration.
I confess I admired the necklace. I often stole glances at it, captivated by its sparkle, but I swear I had nothing to do with its disappearance.
Miss Green, her voice barely above a whisper, admitted to admiring the necklace. She had often stolen glances at it, captivated by its sparkle. However, she vehemently denied any involvement in its disappearance.
I love beauty, the way the diamonds catch the light, transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary.
Her words tumbled out in a rush, a torrent of denials and explanations. Her eyes, filled with unshed tears, reflected the anguish of being wrongly accused. Section 6, The Housekeeper's Plea, A Lifetime of Service.
I plead my innocence. I have devoted my life to Blackwood Manor and would never betray the trust placed in me. My loyalty is unwavering.
Mrs. Willow, her voice trembling, pleaded her innocence. She had devoted her life to Blackwood Manor, she claimed, and would never betray the trust placed in her. Her loyalty, she insisted, was unwavering.
Please believe me. I would never do such a thing.
Her eyes darted around the room, searching for support, for understanding. Her words were a mix of defiance and desperation, her voice cracking under the weight of the accusation. Her gaze lingered on Lady Blackwood, a silent plea for belief passing between them. Section 7. Clues in the Tapestry, Unraveling the Truth. Detective Finch, his mind working like a well-oiled machine, began his investigation. He scrutinized the drawing room where the necklace was last seen. He examined the velvet cushion upon which it rested, finding no sign of a struggle. He traced his fingers along the intricate patterns of the Persian rug, his mind awhirl with possibilities. He noted the absence of footprints, the undisturbed dust on the antique furniture. His eyes scanned the room, taking in every detail, searching for an anomaly, a discrepancy, anything that could lead him to the truth. Section 8. A Peculiar Discovery, The Missing Necklace. His keen eyes fell upon a peculiar detail, a loose thread on the tapestry behind where the necklace usually hung. As he gently tugged on the thread, a hidden compartment was revealed, and there, nestled amongst velvet lining, lay the missing heirloom, sparkling faintly in the dim light. The diamonds, catching the faint glow of the setting sun, seemed to wink mischievously. The necklace, far from being stolen, had been tucked away, hidden from view. A collective gasp filled the room, a mixture of relief and disbelief.
The necklace had not been stolen. It had been hidden. But why?
Lady Blackwood gasped. Her gaze fell upon a small silver key lying on the floor, forgotten beneath the tapestry. It was then she remembered. Years ago, fearing theft, she had devised this hiding place, a secret known only to her. And she had used it just once in a moment of panic. The key, she realized with a jolt, had been missing for weeks. Her eyes widened as understanding dawned. The weight of her forgetfulness, the realization that she had doubted her loyal staff, pressed down on her. The necklace, a symbol of her family's legacy, had almost become a testament to her failing memory. Section 10, Justice served, restoring peace to Blackwood Manor. The mystery unraveled, revealing not a cunning thief but a lapse of memory. Relief washed over the room. The suspects, cleared of suspicion, breathed easily once more. Detective Finch, his work done, prepared to take his leave. The setting sun cast long shadows across the grand hall, bathing the room in a warm glow. The weight of suspicion lifted, replaced by a palpable sense of relief. Laughter, hesitant at first, then full-throated, filled the air. The grand manor, no longer a stage for suspicion, once again felt like a home. Section 11. Epilogue. A legacy intact. As Detective Finch stepped out into the fading light, he couldn't help but smile. The case of the vanishing heirloom was not one for the books, but it served as a reminder. Sometimes the greatest mysteries are found not in the shadows, but in the recesses of our own minds. The grand manor, bathed in the golden light of the setting sun, seemed to sigh in contentment. The case, though briefly unsettling, had ultimately served to strengthen the bonds within its walls. Trust, once shaken, had been restored stronger than before. The legacy of Blackwood Manor and the treasures it held remained secure.